Hey, what up? This is Dirty. So I recently picked up a new watch. I got a bunch of other watches, but most of them are for like going out or dressing up. But I wanted something I could take hiking and be a little bit more rugged and not worry about scratching the finish as much on it. So I was online shopping around and ran across this one and had a lot of features that I like. So I figured, and I've been wearing it for about a month now. And so far I really liked everything about it. There are a couple little cons on it, but nothing that's too big and bothersome for me. But let's check it out. So here it is. It's the Timex T2N739 Intelligent Quartz Adventure Series, Tide, Temp, and Compass. You got the brown leather. I think it's calfskin for the band. Super comfortable. Supposedly it's water resistant leather. But like I said, super comfortable. The diameter on the watch is 45 millimeters. The thickness is 13 millimeters. It's a little bit thicker than a lot of my other watches, and it has this kind of round back plate, which at first kind of looked funny, but it's super comfortable. I don't have any problems with it, like pinching or, it's not uncomfortable to wear, even if you're flexing your wrist in any direction. It's 6.4 ounces, a little bit heavier than some watches, but again, there's a lot of technology in it, I guess, so probably gonna weigh a little bit more. And it's water resistant to 100 meters or 330 feet. The main reason I got it was for the compass feature. I was looking for a watch with a compass, and I've seen some of the other Timexes, and I forget what, Casio or whatever, some of the more inexpensive ones that had a compass feature. But this one really stood out to me. I like the analog hands. Yeah, it looks a little more classy than the digital, and it kind of has that classic compass look too also. Some of the other ones would have like a little dot that would go around the outside or something, but I kind of like the hands. It's a little easier to read. Let's check out the compass real quick. It's this button down here. And you press it, you can see right there the compass. So it helps if you hold it flat. I'm kind of holding it a little diagonal so you don't get that reflection. It stays on for a couple seconds and then it returns to whatever you had it on last, usually either the temperature or the tide. Right now it's actually at the tide. There's a temperature button also. Let's check that out. Usually it goes down to 0 and then it goes back up to whatever the temperature is. Let's see, now we're reading about 96 degrees. That's because it takes the temperature, and if you're wearing it, of course it's going to be a little bit hotter. So if you need an accurate temperature, you're going to have to leave it in the shade for a couple minutes, let it kind of regulate itself, and then try to test the temperature. Also, it has tide. As you can see, that's what it was left on before, and it's about it's almost halfway to high tide, going out, or actually coming in. Sorry, whatever. Probably more useful to fishermen or guys that are around the water. Like I said, I mainly got it for the compass feature. Also, there's the Indiglo, classic Indiglo. See if we can get it to go here. See it in the camera there. So it looks a little green on the camera, but it's that normal bluish green indigo color. And as you can see, the hour and the hour and minutes hand has glow in the dark on it also. The bezel moves. You got north with the green inscription, the rest have white. And you got your seconds around here also, or time, sorry, or degrees. And like I said, you can move it. And these parts are like rubberized, these little bumps here too. Some of the cons that I read some different reviews online, I guess, about it. Some people were saying that they didn't like that when you turn on the glow, the center portion doesn't glow. And it looks to me, I mean, I didn't read anything about it, but it looks like that middle patch is almost like a sensor or something. You can see that it has like a different finish on it, kind of like striped. So I'm thinking it's either like maybe temperature or, you know, something like that, or maybe it has something to do with the tide. But I'm thinking that's why that part doesn't glow. Someone else said that they don't like the white end of the compass, just because when you just first glance at the watch, your eye gets, it leads you to that white part right there, and you might get confused on what the time is. And I would agree with that one, just because when they're closer, it's harder to see where they are. You do have to kind of double take and look at it. Would help if it was some a different color, I think. Also, it tells the date. That was probably the hardest thing to get set for me. It took me a couple days to get it right. I think I must have set it on like the half day or something like that. I don't know. It kept changing on me like halfway through the day. So, but I don't know exactly what I did. I just kept resetting it, and then eventually it ran fine. In the instructions it says you're not supposed to change it between a certain time, like 10 to 4 or something like that. If you do get a watch like this, just make sure you do read the directions, thoroughly. Not like me, just jump into it. Stainless steel construction. The color is kind of like a bronze, tan, brownish color. But I really like it. Kind of matches the outdoors. Almost has that steampunk look, kind of, I guess. I don't know. But really looks nice, I think. Some other guys said they didn't care for the leather too, just because they wanted something that would dry faster. Of course, like a nylon strap would do. And you can buy these watch straps for pretty cheap. But I like the leather; it looks pretty classy, and I'll probably run it until it wears out or gets all stink or something, and then change it to nylon or something. But again, the reason that I like the leather is because my skin gets irritated by metal watches. So usually if I do wear a metal watch, I gotta take it off. If it's getting too hot out or something, I'll start getting a rash around my wrist. So far this leather is really good. I haven't had any problems with it. I wear it a little looser so that there's some airflow in there, so that seems to help also. But overall, I don't know, it's a real nice watch. I got it for 170 bucks on Amazon, and it's a little more pricey than some Timex watches, but with all the tech that comes with it, I think it's worth it. My friend had a watch. It was a touchscreen watch with a compass, and it was like 700 bucks. So I think I got a deal. Anyways, I hope you guys having a good week, good weekend. This is Dirty. Shoots.